Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and today we are going to do another installment of a junk journal scrapbook masterboard. So first things first, if you don't know what a masterboard is, it is a piece of paper or cardstock where you glue down a selection of papers and you create a background. You then cut it up, add your decorations on top, and they're very versatile and a great way to use up scraps. I have a playlist for all the masterboards that I have made in this very cheap art book. I think I got it from Kmart many years ago. And it's just a fabulous way to use up scraps. And then when you're really busy and you want to make some tags or journaling cards or even a cover, you have them ready made. So very handy thing to do. So this particular installment, I'm going to do a botanical themed one. I grabbed this book of herbs, I think from an op shop or maybe a book fair, and I've decided to use this to create my masterboard for a botanical theme. It just has drawing style pictures in it, not actual photographs. And my view of a masterboard is it's not the star of the show. It is the supporting act. So I find an effective masterboard has a more neutral tone to it rather, or unless you make one super colourful, but generally speaking, especially if you're into vintage style, you want something a little bit neutral as the base so that your gorgeous flowers and butterflies and all sorts of things stand out when you actually make it into a tag or something. So this was a cheap book. It's already beautifully yellowed. I don't have to coffee dye this or anything. They're easy to find in op shops, maybe Facebook Marketplace. You can get them cheap as chips because there's an abundance of this sort of thing. I'm pretty sure I paid about 50 cents for this. You may also have friends that are into gardening or something, have a ton of old books. They might have something like this around. But I'm going to do everything for this masterboard just out of this book. So what I did, I have torn up, cut up some of the white areas, some of the words. I've even got a little bit of pieces in here that have recipes on it. There's a little scrap there. It's got some measurements and things like that. I then cut out a couple of the names plus the botanical names, cut them into little strips and just went around the edges with my Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. It's my go-to colour. I fussy cut out just a few of the images. Again, don't want this to be overloaded with images, but definitely wanted to use a few. And then finally, some of the plain areas, I got my die cut machine and these little delicate dies that I've got, and I've made just a few of those, which we're going to add at the very end. So let's get sorted here. Let me find my next available page. That's this one here. We might just flip this over. Make sure I have you on screen. And we are going to do some gluing. So what I'll do is, I think I might just put on some music while I'm gluing. That way I don't have to just natter about nothing. You can grab a cuppa and just relax. And we're going to get going. Easy project, great for a rainy day. So the base is done. Time to add some flowers and things now. Just a couple of tips. When I do masterboards, I like to put things in all different directions. That means when you cut it out and use it, it can be used any way. It adds a little bit more interest. And you do get very gluey fingers doing this. So stop every now and then, go and wash your hands, dry them off, and it just helps you from getting things too gluggy, which I don't like. So I think what I'm going to do is add my few little bits of flowers first, then we will add our words, and then finally the little die cuts. So I'm just going to place these randomly around, spread these out over the whole piece. And one fun thing you can do when it comes time to actually cutting up your masterboard, if you want to use the whole thing because you're doing a journal that's botanical, turn it upside down, pardon me, and cut it out. That way you're not trying to save bits. You just end up with a really lovely random mix of paper. I like to do that. It is fun. And you just never know what you're going to end up with. I mean, if you want to have a particular piece as a highlight, fine. But otherwise, just cut it up randomly, have some fun, and then work with whatever you get. And be careful when you're gluing, especially if it's an older book. These things do tear very easily. I'm trying to make sure I use a cleanish sort of spot for each one of these. It's very easy to forget though. And then this sticks and tears, and that's not ideal. So some of this will be off screen because I'm just trying to grab a clean patch. And again, put them on in all different directions. It does make for a much, see, now this is what can happen because my fingers are already a little bit gluey. See, have a look what's happened here. Oh dear. You do have to be a little bit careful when you're doing this. Lucky last. Fussy cut. Oh no, there's another leaf over there I can see. Where do I want this last one? Maybe there. Okay, now let's just get another clean sheet. I like using junk mail when I'm gluing so that when it's all very gluey and gluggy, I can just throw it in the bin and I don't have to waste valuable book pages as glue sheets. I know some people do that, and I do have a lot of books. I could do it, but I really hate wasting them. So now I'm just putting my little words on. Just trying to pick random spots. And now I've got the botanical names as well. Couple more to go. Trying to spread them relatively evenly. Last one. I might put this. Where do I want this last one? Maybe. Oh, decisions. No, we'll put it right down the bottom here. Okay, now, lucky last is my little die cuts. I'm going for another clean sheet, and what I'm going to do, because these are so thin and delicate, instead of using glue stick and risking tearing it, I'm going to just grab my Tiger Grip that I have in this little bottle and just put a few little dollops of this on. I just find this a much safer way of doing delicate bits. Now, why do I never get my tweezers out or find my tweezers before I start these videos? Ah, I've got a pair. There we go. And then I'm thinking I want to include these on top of heavily worded bits. You can only just see them, but I do feel they add an interesting little addition. If you don't have a die cut machine, then don't do this bit. It was just a thought that I had, and I thought I would try it and see how it turned out, because I love die cutting things for journals. Let's see, where can we fit this one? In there. And see, if you use this glue, you don't end up with as much on your fingers, and you certainly reduce the risk of tearing them. Let's see, try that on the blank bit actually and see how that looks. Yes, you can definitely still see it. Just trying something a little bit different. Put a leaf up there. I've got this cute little tiny leaf. I wasn't sure how many of these to make. I remember when I first got this die set, I think I got it off AliExpress. I was disappointed when it arrived because I did not read the description properly, and they turned out to be very small little leafy flowery arrangements, but in the end it's turned out to be a very handy set. Especially for something like this, you don't want giant ones that take over. So I've actually ended up using it a lot. It actually does look good on the plane, especially if it's on top of that darker edge. And as I mentioned before, if you have a book that's on the new side and you want it to look a little bit more vintage, you can either before or after you've made your masterboard, just spritz it with some coffee, and that will help give it a little bit of age. The pretend way, but the very effective way. Lucky last piece to go down now. And where will I put this last one? Oh, I think we'll go right up there. And we're done. So there we go. Now that is a fabulous botanical masterboard, which of course you can cut up. You You can make journaling cards, you can make tags, you can make pockets, you can make belly bands. Cut it up into any size you like. Of course, this would also make a fabulous journal cover. I think this is an A4 size pad or very close to it. So especially for us Aussies, cut this off, fold it in half, and you're playing with our standard size papers. So your printables and things like that, just fold them in half and you can very quickly and easily make a journal. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below. And don't forget, go and look at my playlist, Junk Journal Scrapbook, if you want to see videos on other ways of making masterboards. I've made quite a few now. These are just one of the handiest ways to use up scraps and get yourself prepped for when you're busy. You can start whipping up ephemera in no time. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.